Robin and Giselle, y'all ain't fooling nobody. Wendy been going at people. Candace, I think you a punk. I don't think you do this outside. It's me or was it size 13? Robin's shoes kill. Candace knows exactly what she's doing. When did Candace and Wendy become great friends? I'm gonna need your weave to stop bobbing. I think it's gonna take her 12 seasons like Marlo to get on. Praise for Karen. I loved their makeup moment. Oh, yeah, sometimes, maybe, I'm not taking it off the table. I love how transparent Wendy was. It's ridiculous the way that she fights. I know my people, I can see through you, okay? It's actually got what, 4A and 3C here, so it's a stone's throw. Nobody else says loose except for old people. We say no mas, okay? Let me know if I'm wrong. There is no ownership. That's weird. Here's where Robin and Giselle put their foot in their mouth. Candace and Ashley hung out. What up, Real Housewives of Potomac family, and welcome back to part 2 of the season 6 reunion of Real Housewives of Potomac with me, your girl Rizzo of From Rizzo with Love. The reunion keeps getting better and better. I feel like I have so many notes to go over just from this second one. I have no idea how they're going to do 2 more with everything that they went through. I'm excited to see the husbands though. But I feel like we went through all the drama. 99% of it was on Candace. It was like Candace and Ashley, Candace and Mia, Candace and Wendy, Candace and everybody. And I was just like, I guess we gotta talk about it. But they still didn't get through to her. But let's not get into that. Y'all, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If this is your first time here, welcome. We do Real Housewives of Potomac, Married at First Sight, and potentially insecure recaps. Guys, we've got a lot in store here, so without further ado, let's get to this reunion. Let's go. Okay, I lied. Before we get into it, there are a couple of things that I need to point out really quickly. I know we talked about the outfits last episode of the recap, but I did not notice Robin's shoes. Let's put this right here. Robin's shoes killed. Okay, Karen also had the tag still on the bottom of her shoes. I'm not going to air that out, but I noticed it. Also, our girl Robin poops twice a day. Regularly. Wait, you think that's normal, right? No, it's at 9 and 11. You poop at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m.? Which it just festers at night and just all comes out in the morning? Or did she mean 9 a.m. and 11 p.m.? No, now I feel like I got it wrong. No, she meant 9 and 11, right? That's weird. Also, people with regular jobs, we're not doing that. Also, we learned that people think that Michael was trying to get into film production because he wants to produce porns, which is hilarious. But no, that's not the main thing here. Do you guys remember when Michael got caught cheating for the second time and Ashley shut down all that fun stuff? She was like, other girls, women, we don't do that anymore. That's done. You removed those privileges. Y'all remember that at the little dinner table? Y'all remember that? Okay. Roll that back. I think that was last season. Y'all, this time Ashley said, yeah, I'm back to myself like I was before I had babies. And Giselle goes, oh, like ladies? And Ashley seemed to say, oh, yeah, sometimes, maybe, I'm not taking it off the table. And I said, wait a minute. I thought you did take that off the table. Ladies, I need us to stick to our guns. If we say no mas, okay? Don't go back. Okay, but let's get into this intervention that everyone on the cast attempted to have with Candace, even though it just went like that. First of all, when did Candace and Wendy become great friends? I noticed it this past season. They were hanging out. There was a point where Wendy was in Candace's house, like kikiing. They got the invitation together. You guys remember that? And then during I guess the lunch break, Wendy was like, girl, I'm just here to check on you. When did they become friends like that? I think I missed something. But I am proud of the women for standing up and actually saying something, because I'm like, how could y'all just let this woman keep going off? Like, everyone said it, especially if she and Wendy are BFFs now. Even her friend Wendy was like, girl, your gutter is everyone else's hell. What are you doing? They were asking her, like, have you ever considered anger management? Like, Karen was like, look at the way me and Giselle fight. Like, there's been so many things. We've been sitting across the table from each other and never got physical. Karen was like, yeah, I go in and I say all this stuff, but it's never like gutter to the death like the way that you fight. I mean, Candace is body shaming from Whitney to Ashley. She's talking about everyone, parents, babies, kids. Nothing is off limits. Husbands, calling people slaves. Like, it's ridiculous the way that she fights. And still at the end of the day, she says, well, if people don't say anything to me, I wouldn't have to. I also love 2 things that Karen said here. One, she said, are you talking to the people in the street like the way you talk to us? That's right. She said, Candace, I think you're a punk. I don't think you do this outside. That's one. The second thing she said is, we may not have to tune you out anymore because we're not going to stand for this any longer. You may not have to because everyone may tune you out. That's what she doesn't realize. She thinks that she can get away with all this and everything be okay. This is the first time that people held her accountable, and I'm proud of them, especially Robin. But did y'all notice that like Candace came prepared for all of this? Everything that somebody says, she said. She was like, do you remember when? Do you remember when this happened? Like, Candace, you did a history lesson at Real Housewives of Potomac shade. She brought up somebody, Ashley, talking about Sharice's saggy boobs. No one remembers that. She talks about Robin going in Ashley's face. Like, no one remembers this stuff until we see or hear it again. Who gave you this information that you were like, I'm gonna keep it in my back pocket. When people say, I say something. Like, ugh, we're so over it. There is no ownership. And of course, because Candace's entire storyline is about her arguing with Ashley, we go into the Candace and Ashley drama. And Giselle pointed out, she was like, yo, I was actually really offended by the fact that you talked about her right after she pushed a live human that she created. A heartbeat, some organs, bones, a brain. She created this and pushed it out her vagina. And the first thing that you said is a comment about her body. And you know what Candace's response was? So what? And this is why I say I like Robin this episode, or this, this part, because Robin was like, Candace knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly those buttons to push, and she makes sure that she pushes them. She's not stupid here. But wait, the funniest part, and it did not get enough light and shine on this episode, when Candace was sitting over there doing a bunch of this and Ashley was talking, and Ashley goes, I'm gonna need your weave to stop bobbing. Y'all, that was funny as hell. But let's not forget, she called Michael a slave driver. She said Michael drives his slave, who is Ashley. And then she's gonna go in and talk about Ashley making a comment about her dry hair. Not because Ashley is talking about black 4C hair. Because Ashley got what, 4A and 3C hair? So it's a stone's throw. She over here talking about how your hair looks dusty. You could be a 1A. If dusty is dusty. Also, hey, it's not 4C, but whatever. And then she tries to, because, Candace can never take accountability. Anytime somebody says something, she always comes with, well, you did. Well, you said. To make it seem like she's dismissing. And she never says, I said this because you said that. It's just, oh, but you did this. She never acknowledges or repeats what she says. And it's just like, girl, you gotta do something. Also, I'm with Ashley here, and I do want to know if you guys see colorism exhibited in this season. The only thing I will say is that most of the women on this cast are lighter skinned. I don't think that is colorism within the group. I think that's colorism with the people casting. I think that's colorism with production or people who want to watch the show. Why do you feel that these are the black women that you need to cast? Why aren't there enough brown women on this show? And I feel like we had to go find a Wendy because it was becoming hella obvious at this point. So I'm not sure it's between the cast. I think it is between more crew. But, let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know what y'all see there. Because Candace, we can't blame Candace's activities on colorism. This is her. Also, I'm going to drop this right here. Candace and Ashley hung out. What? We just talked about Candace body shaming, and I'm not trying to do that. But sis Mia was a size 13. How tall is Mia? That's large. But again, that's nothing she could do about it. Like, I'm short. What am I gonna do about being short? You were born like this. If she had gotten surgery like Wendy Williams to make her foot shorter or smaller, I guess, you would have had a comment about that too. So let her live. But y'all, when they were talking about Mia becoming a disaster on Instagram and Twitter and how she blamed it on her social media manager. Now, I bet her friend who is always on like her Instagram page does help to manage her social media, but it's probably like, girl, write this. Tell them I said this, or I'm about to post this, sign off. And she does. But that was a nice try. I'm sure that was a PR move, but it didn't really hit. Also, why come with those black and white print photocopies folded up into 4? Y'all think it's gonna take her 12 seasons like Marlo to get on? All right, Karen and Giselle had their moment too. It really wasn't a lot. Karen was basically like, yo, I lied about everything. I don't know if she has a fiery hot box. I don't know if she was a hoe in Hampton, though I kind of think she confirmed that, but also she apologized to Hampton. They didn't go to Sing Sing. the whole drug addict mental stuff. She don't even remember she says half of it. You know, they were just fighting and arguing. That's nothing. I did. Oh my goodness. I loved their makeup moment. Those two women are friends. So when they argue back and forth, it's just like, y'all one or too old to be doing this. But these women have deep-rooted friendships. And remember, I was like, yo, whoever can get Giselle to cry, they deserve a raise. Well, it's Karen. Because who knew that the thing that would make Giselle emotional is seeing Karen show her kids some love. That was a beautiful moment between the two of them, and the little let me rub your butt and give you a hug type moment. You can see how much Karen means to Giselle, especially in this moment. I wonder if like all the attacks beforehand and the conversations about like Jamal and everything before that had her thinking about the past and how she has to be real robotic and not show her emotions. And so when this thing hit, when they were talking about Karen and her and the kids, it just like all came out. Even though it wasn't just about that moment, it just really affected her. So, raise for Karen. Okay, let me put my glasses on before I talk about Professor Wendy. Listen, I love how transparent Wendy was. She said, listen, I got a breast lift and a BBL from a board certified doctor. I will say, Wendy, you had a whole Hot Wheels raceway track up here. You plucked these sides too. Not mad, but you did a lot. It wasn't plastic surgery. You probably got laser hair removal, but there was some other things you did. Also, Karen mentioned that she thought you had something done in your face. It's probably just some Botox. I'm not sure. But I do appreciate her being transparent on what she did get done. Now, I also understood why she got so upset. And Giselle, I didn't believe the story you're telling either. So Giselle is over here like, this doesn't have anything to do with the blogs. We feel like we saw a whole new person this season. Like, it's a whole new Wendy, which also I think is crazy because like I told y'all before, we've been seeing this Wendy. Wendy been going at people. Remember last year, they went back to it too. Remember last year, Wendy got up and was like, you address me as Dr. Wendy. Like, that wasn't the first time. We knew Wendy, gutta. We know this. So this isn't new to us. It may be new to Giselle because she brought this woman on who's like political commentator, professor, all of this stuff. But I know my people. I can see through you, okay? And then she was like, yeah, Robin, you called me loose and said I lacked substance. And I understand how those two things, which are very negative statements, can make someone upset. Robin did go back and say, you know, loose is not what I meant. Because we all know what loose means, especially in the Black community, when you thinking about like, oh, she loose. Like, basically, you a hoe, you just out here, you know, showing all of this. You dressing like a hot mama. Like, I got to speak of old people terms because nobody else says loose except for old people. But you can understand how she reacted and why she reacted that way because of those two statements. But I will say, Robin and Giselle, y'all ain't fooling nobody. Also, before we get into this, I don't think she was like looking at a 17, 16-year-old anyway. She was looking at Grace. She wasn't grilling her. But okay, I'm glad you apologized because that's ridiculous. Okay, here's where Robin and Giselle put their foot in their mouth. Because no, this story doesn't make sense. The blog that this was on is only seen by hundreds of people. So nobody believes it. This show is seen by millions. Giselle says, oh, she's new to the show. I just wanted to make sure she was okay. And she was handling the social media backlash all right. Sis, you mean the social media backlash that only 100 people see? No, don't do that. You were trying to make a whole Eddie cheated storyline so everybody can stop talking about you and Jamal cheating. No, let's not do that. Because then she said it makes us think, this is what makes me think this is what the plastic surgery was rooted in. So, no, it wasn't about you checking on your friend. No, that was good though. But y'all, the way Miss Wendy ended this episode, Shorty said, what kind of woman says someone needs surgery in order to keep a man? You got a tummy tuck. You ain't keep Jamal. I said, oh my God, I gotta go. I got to go. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go. Y'all, if you did enjoy this recap, please make sure you subscribe. So I think we have 2 more episodes. I thought it was 3, but it's actually 4 parts. So I will be with you for 2 more weeks to finish out this Real Housewives of Potomac. On the Married at First Sight side, we have 2 parts of the reunion this year. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a full recap for Where Are They Now, but I might watch it just cause like, why not? But Stick with me, y'all. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, everything that I have said has been from Rizzo with love. Love you guys. Thank you so much. I will catch you next week. Bye.